Hey everybody, it's your Aunt Cathy over here now. We're getting ready to start our fire this morning. And right now I'm cleaning out the ashes, and you might be able to see there that there's still hot embers in there from last night. Sometimes I like to see how long we can keep a fire going without having to strike a match. But today we'll use a match so you can see how to do it. We use a lot of alternative energy here. We use solar, and in the winter time we use the deadfall from around the farm to warm the house up. And we also have a solar heater that I'll show you another day. But right now I'm just getting these ashes out, because you want air to circulate underneath the fire there. I'll keep it going. Now, I like to start with paper. We have a lot of scrap paper on the farm. Lexi's here. She's bumbling about my little old dog. She's deaf and blind, but she still gets around okay and is a good eater, and she sleeps well too, so she's still with us. Anyway, I put some paper in there, and this is a good use of old paper. This is the old telephone book that I'm putting in there from last year. I saved that. I use it to drain my bacon off, or any other greasy food like a sausage or something like that. I use it to drain greasy things in the kitchen, and greasy spoons and whatnot. Anyway, that's probably plenty. And I have a bucket of pine cones over here. We collect up pine cones every year, and we have a lot of pine trees here. We collect the pine, put them in buckets, big buckets that we have, and they make a pretty good way to start a fire. And sometimes I might not have a lot of kindling in my stash, so I put in a few extra pine cones. We also have something called fat lighter here. It's an old pine stump that we chop up into small pieces. It works well too. Anyway, you go from highly flammable to less flammable. Put your paper on the bottom, and those pine cones, you'll see those just light right up. And then small pieces of kindling, and then your bigger pieces of wood. And this grate that we have in here, it's called a Great Wall of Fire. Your Uncle Neil, these had pieces that went up like this, and we cut those off so we could get a bigger piece of wood in there. But as the fire burns, then the logs go down, and this holds up the fire to the back of the firebox here in this fireplace. This is a kit fireplace, and it has a blower on it. Once it heats up to a certain temperature, it'll start blowing. And light the paper like this. And I usually like to light it in a couple places. And if you're little, you should ask Mom and Dad to teach you how to do this, because you might have a fireplace and learn to light the fire, or you might be camping sometime and you might like to start the fire, so have Mom and Dad teach you how to do it. Now, Mom and Dad might teach you a different way. There's lots of different ways to start a fire. This is just how we do it. Now, here in a second you'll see that pine cone. It'll go whoosh. It'll light up poofy. But we had a fire in the fireplace last night, and They were still hot embers this morning, and if you put a piece of paper down on the hot ember and blow on it gently, it will catch fire again without a match. I'm going to go ahead and light over here too. Let's see if we can, because I don't have a lot of kindling today. We want a nice hot start. A nice hot start, and then the fire will get going and it will make a lot of hot embers, and those embers will fall to the bottom there and help keep the rest of the fire going, and we'll keep that going all day. Keep the house nice and warm. Sometimes I keep a pot of soup on the stove. That helps warm the house up. And on another episode we'll look at the solar heater on the end on the south side of the house. It warms the air using the sun. Anyway, that's all for today. You can see the fire is starting to go now. And for my family and all my good friends, I love you. And your Uncle Neil, he's gone to work down in Florida today. He's off working a job. And he'll be back tonight, and we'll put the hay out for the cows and everything. And little calf is still with us, and he got fed this morning. We'll see how he does. And let me know what you'd like to learn about next, and please subscribe to our channel. This is your Aunt Cathy. Bye-bye.